Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today is the 1000 subscriber Q&A. So let's get started. Alright, so last week I uploaded a video asking for your guys' questions and it's pretty open-ended. You guys could ask me anything you wanted and you guys dropped a whole bunch of comments into that video. So thank you so much for that. I have them written down right below the camera here. So I'm going to kind of just read them off and then answer them one by one. Some of them are related. A couple people asked the same questions and some of them are unique. So I'm kind of just going to go down the list and we'll take it from there. Okay, so the first question I'm going to answer is when did you first start collecting Lego, and do you have a favorite minifigure? So I started collecting Lego when I was really young. I actually started with Duplo stuff back when Lego had the Thomas the Tank Engine IP. So I used to get a bunch of those, and then when I was a little bit older, I got into like the system building like this. It was mostly Indiana Jones sets and Star Wars and stuff like that, and it's just kind of snowballed into what you see behind me here. And my favorite minifigure is probably the 2008 version of Indiana Jones. I don't think I have him here, unfortunately. No, I don't see him over here, but I do have a lot of other different references in here. I have the 2023 version of Indiana Jones here. I have this is actually a pretty good second choice, was the I forget which one this was, but this was the exclusive Kai from the original wave of Ninjago sets back, like, I think it was 2011. So that's a pretty cool figure. I really like that one. I've had it for almost 13 years now, so that one means a lot to me as well. And so here's a closer look at that 2008 Indiana Jones that I was talking about, as well as this exclusive Kai minifigure from the original wave of Ninjago back in 2011. Both of them have seen better days. The face is scuffed on this one, unfortunately, but that's okay. You know, it happens. And this is another honorable mention that I had in my collection as well. I was a big fan of Lord of the Rings, and I still am, and I had the exclusive King Aragorn from the Battle at the Black Gate set from 2013. So that's another pretty cool figure of mine. And so these are probably some of, if not my favorite figures that I own. The second question is, do I have every modular building that Lego has made? And the answer is unfortunately no. So unfortunately, I don't have all of the modular buildings. I have 11 of the 19, I think, that they've made. I'm going to put a picture on the screen somewhere for you of all of them. I have 11 of them. If you include the Marvel modular building sets, then of the 19, that now becomes 23, because there's the Daily Bugle, the Sanctum Sanctorum, the Avengers Tower, and the new X-Men mansion that just came out. So of the 23 compatible buildings between the Creator, Expert, and Icons ones here, as well as the Marvel ones, I have 12 of the 23, because I have the Sanctum Sanctorum in the back. But that's the only Marvel one that I have. My first one was actually the pet shop down at the end of the street, and I really like that one. I got that one almost 11 years ago, and the rest is pretty much history. I got one and I just couldn't stop collecting, and so now I'm here. Eventually, I would love to get all of them, but I don't think that that's feasible. It's probably more realistic if I just part them together, if I buy individual pieces and then make them myself. Okay, so going off of that, the next person asked a couple of questions, and so the first one was, what is your favorite Lego modular building? And it might be a little bit of a recency bias, but I am a really big fan of the museum. I think it looks awesome, and it looks so good, I think, standing alone here in the middle. And I thought that putting a nice little green space out in front of it also really helped it. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I would love to expand it one day. I think giving it maybe 2 base plates of length here, or maybe even 2.5, to kind of expand the inside a little bit and make it more prominent here. I think that could be really cool, but as just the set itself, I am extremely happy with it, and I really like it. And normally I'm not a fan of the extra trees and stuff that they put in the front. Like the bookshop one, I wasn't a big fan of. The Brick Bank had one that I also wasn't a huge fan of, and I think the detective's office had one as well. But the tree on the right side of the building here, I quite like, and I think it's different enough, it's unique. So I'm pretty happy with that one. The next question is, what is your favorite minifigure? Again, the 2008 version of Indiana Jones. And I don't see him here, unfortunately, still. So if I find him later in the video, I will get them here for you. But the next question is, what is your favorite real car? I don't know if that means like real car or like a Lego car. My favorite Lego car though is probably this Ideas set here. My favorite Lego car is probably this Ideas. Oops. My favorite Lego car is probably this Ideas set here. This was a gift with purchase a really long time ago, and I really, really like this. I thought it was really clever how they made this. Okay, so the next sequence of questions here is, what is the size of your city? So as it stands right now, it is 9 feet. I'm gonna put all the metric conversions on the screen for you because I don't know it off the top of my head. But the city is 9 feet from that corner when you first walk into the room to the other end where the train yard is. And it's about 8 feet, again, from that corner all the way to the back where the mountain is. So in total, it's 72 square feet of like table. But there is a 15-inch square cutout behind the pet shop and the assembly square here, just so I can stand in the middle and I can access everything in the middle, because from the edge of the table, I can't reach the assembly square or like that intersection out front of it. So that is necessary, but eventually, hopefully in the near future, I will be expanding the city, and that will be 70 inches by 40 inches. So that will go right on the other side of the screen here. Also, like where I'm sitting actually is where it's going to be. This 2x6 brick and this 1x3 brick here marks the edge of that table. So it's going to come out from here and go about 40 inches that way, and then 70 to the back. So I'll put the, again, metric conversions up there for you. The second question is the inspiration for my city. Am I adding elements that I enjoy, or does it more reflect the area where I live? It's mostly just stuff that I enjoy. Again, it's just things that I think are cool. Like, I think having a wheat field is cool. It's something different. It adds a nice pop of color to the area. I think having a lot of green space is good. I'm really big fan of that. The mountain, I would love to live near a mountain, but fortunately I don't. So it's kind of just stuff that I enjoy. I enjoy collecting the modular buildings, and this is just a way to display them. And then the custom buildings are ones that I see inspiration online, or I see a certain technique in a modular building. I'm like, oh, like let me try making something with that. And sometimes it turns out well, oftentimes it doesn't. But that's just the name of the game. You know, you build something, and if you like it, then you keep it. And if you don't, you know, you can just take it apart and redo it. That's the beauty of Lego. Yeah, the other question that I have on this screenshot here is, did you design your city in a web program before you started? And I did. I used, for those of you that don't know what it is, Lego Studio is essentially just a digital software where they have the entire catalog of every Lego piece that's ever been made. And so you can pull it in, you can render it in a 3D way, which is really cool. And so I didn't like map this out to scale. I mapped it out in like a smaller scale version of it. And so the kind of scale that I chose was one 8x8 plate is one stud. One 8x8 plate here is one stud in the software. And so each modular building was a 4x4 plate, and then the 48x48 plates that are along the front here as well as the back are 6x6 plates, and then the roads were 2x2 plates. And so that helped keep the size of the file down a lot, because when you start using actual, like, because you can bring these base plates into the software too. And so if you start making this render, you know, like 6 of these 15-inch base plates long and, you know, however many back, it really starts to kind of slow down the software. But I tried to keep it as small as possible and just keep it simple. I didn't really have a plan for actually like half of this. The train yard was not originally a part of it. It was part of my old layout that I just really liked and I wanted to bring over because it was mostly finished, and I wanted to keep it because I really like trains and I didn't have anywhere else to display it. And then the farm was actually a totally last minute decision. The original plan for the city was to have this block with the museum on it pushed all the way to the back, where the kind of in line with the Parisian restaurant, and then where the museum and the park is now was going to be another just block of buildings. And I didn't really like that, and I also didn't know what was going to go there. And so I wasn't totally happy with it. I was just kind of just leaving it as an open space at the moment. And then it kind of occurred to me, I was like, oh, why don't I just bring the museum up since I like it so much? I want to see it when I walk into the room. And then the entire farm area came about as like a, I don't know, it's just, I wanted more green space. I wanted more color and kind of like diverse stuff because I have a train yard in the corner. I have a bunch of buildings. And so I wanted something else. And also the mountain is just a nice backdrop. So I think obviously once it's done, it'll be a nice backdrop. It's not exactly pretty right now. But once it gets up to the height that I want it to, I think looking at it, it will be a really nice backdrop. And then also the little rock piece in the corner where the construction site is at the moment, I think that could also be really cool. But I'm not worried about it. You know, I'm gonna just kind of go with it. And then worst case, like I said earlier, it's Lego. If for whatever reason I don't like it anymore, like if I say, you know what, I don't think the museum needs a park anymore, I can bring the museum up and then put buildings behind it. And I can just keep changing things as it goes along. I don't think I'll ever truly be done with the city. Um, you know, there's always going to be something that I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm not a fan of this anymore. Let me improve it. Let me make it a little bit better. Okay, so my next question is, would you ever consider doing this full time like with other YouTubers? On a related topic, if you didn't decide to go full time, do you have space to devote more space to the city? The answer is yes. You know, I could devote more space to it like I am doing in the near future with this expansion area, which is going to have an ocean, a siding for the train station here. And I would love to add the Ferris wheel. I have the Creator Expert Ferris wheel from probably 9 or 10 years ago. So I would love to add that there, but that's not like official. I'm not sure that that's going to happen yet. So don't quote me on that. The Ferris wheel, I mean. But the expansion table is coming. So that is definitely going to happen in the near future. As for doing it full time, like with other YouTubers, I'm not doing this to make money. I don't make any money as of yet. I did recently cross that threshold to start having memberships on the channel. So if you guys want, you can absolutely support that once it gets set up. But I don't want to lock anything behind a paywall because that just seems weird. The most I would probably do is early access to videos. I'm doing this because I think it's fun and because I like it. And I had a quite literal and also figurative clean slate when I invested in wood and got the tables going. And so I just decided to start making videos, and right away you guys seem to love it and just it caught on. And so seriously, thank you for that, because I never in a million years thought that over 1,000 people, we're actually at over 1,100 now, which is crazy. But over 1,000 people would actually want to watch these videos and actually care about them. So that's awesome. Seriously, thank you for all of that. But I guess if it did turn into a full-time, you know, if it started making money like that, I would not be opposed to doing this full-time. But at the moment, that's not my goal. Again, that's a nice side effect, I guess, of making these videos. So I'm not in it for the money, but I am absolutely willing to dedicate my time to this whenever I can. And I am trying to do daily uploads. I think that's the way to go at the moment, at least for the channel and the city and all that stuff, just to give you guys consistent content and also to keep making progress on the city, because I love working on it and it makes me happy and it makes you guys happy, so it seems. So I'm really thankful for all of that. And one of the last questions is actually about deviating to other themes. Like obviously I have city here and I guess technically icons and like creator expert, but I have a city. And the other question, or like the other comments that also asked this, were like Star Wars or any other themes like that. And so I would love to do Star Wars content. I actually have a bunch of Star Wars stuff. My brother and I both collect Star Wars stuff. And so we would love to make a clone base. We actually could make that happen. And so if that is something you guys want to see, I'm going to put a poll up at the same time that this video goes live. So drop a comment on this video, like the video, you know, answer that poll. Just do anything to let me know that you want to see Star Wars stuff, because if enough people want it, I'd be more than happy to do that. So if that is something you want to see, definitely let me know. I would love to bring that kind of content to you guys, and also the kind of ratio of videos that you want to see. Like because right now I'm doing 5 city videos a week and 2 shorts every week. And so maybe I drop the city down to 4 videos a week and then 1 Star Wars video, like a clone base maybe, something like that once a week. So that would be pretty cool. But then again, you know, just drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to, what you think about that, if you want to see that kind of stuff. So I would be more than happy to do that. We actually just recently built the Brick Vault dropship. And so this is the dropship here. It is massive. It is probably about 30 inches from the tip of the wing to the tip of the other wing here. And so I've never actually seen anyone make a video on this on YouTube yet. So if that's also something you want to see, drop a comment down below. Really happy with how this turned out. This was instructions that we bought online from Brick Vault. So check that out. I'll put the link in the description below to their website. But this is really cool. It's really heavy, and this can actually pick up ATTEs. And we are also in the process of gathering pieces to make those as well. So definitely stay tuned for that, because I would love to show you guys that content when that happens. And so again, if you want to see Star Wars stuff, if you want to see a clone base, if you want to see cool dioramas like that, make sure to drop a comment and also answer that poll. And also on that note of deviating to other themes, I also got a question asking if I would do set reviews. At the moment, it's not likely. There are a bunch of other channels like Jang Bricks and all the people that are in the Lego Ambassador Network that get the sets and they do the reviews on them. Regardless of whether they're sponsored or not, they do the reviews better than I would. So I'm not interested in doing reviews at the moment. Maybe in like 6 months from now, or maybe a year from now, when I get a proper setup for like a nice studio space to actually do reviews, then maybe. But that's not something that I'm really interested in right now. My main focus is on doing the city and also the eventual Star Wars stuff, if you guys are interested in that. And so I'm not entirely interested in reviews, to be honest with you. I like watching them, but I don't think I would enjoy making them. And also, if you guys want to see reviews, you should probably just go to someone else's channel, because they would do it better than I would. But yeah, that is most of the questions that got asked. There was a couple other suggestions saying that I should add a waterfall to the mountain, which is something that I do plan on at least exploring. I don't know if it's going to actually get added or not. But also adding other references like Jedi Bob. I don't have the original version of him, unfortunately. But the new set that just came out with him recently, I'd love to add him if I ever get the set. As well as Batman. That would be a pretty cool reference that I actually don't think I've done yet. I have Spider-Man. I have... I guess I don't have Batman, actually. So I'll be sure to add that. So thank you guys all for the suggestions. But on that note, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this style of video, if you want more Q&As, make sure to drop a comment down below. I really enjoyed making this, actually. I didn't think I would. But sitting here, and this is a little bit of a different style of video, just putting the camera on a tripod and just kind of filming me like this. So if this is something that you like and want to see more of, drop a comment, like the video, subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you guys have any feedback for me on, again, the style of video, if you want to see Star Wars stuff, and anything else like that, again, drop a comment down below. And once again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.